Today I'm creating a video that's a little bit different from everything else I've ever created. And this time it's a product review. Not one I've got sponsored or something, that's just a little thing I came up with. And recently I bought this IDE to SATA adapter, or vice versa, because you can actually switch. There's a little switch on the board here where you can switch between IDE to SATA or SATA to IDE. And I'm going to use this thing for one of my older PCs which does not have a SATA connection anymore, but I actually want to insert an SSD into it and try how fast it can go with an adapter like this. And for $8 I thought, well, let's buy 2 of them because I'm just going to test around with them and see if they actually work. And I had one open already, as you can see here, and I took a look at the soldering and everything else. And I'm going to open this one here on the camera now and just show you how this adapter is actually made and what I think about it, because I've not tested it yet, so that's something I'm going to do on this video right now, or later of course. But yeah, because I want to test this SSD here, and I just want to see how well Windows XP actually works on an SSD with such an adapter here, because it's kind of neat, I must say, because you can upgrade your old PCs and still use them as modern things. I mean, they are not fast enough, of course, to do gaming these days. Maybe old DOS games or something, but nothing fancy anymore. So when you buy this adapter, you get a SATA cable, the module itself, and a little adapter cable for the board itself, because you can't just power it from IDE, because IDE does not have integrated power lines. So they give this little cable here, which you can then connect to the white connector here. And you have a SATA connection and the IDE port on the other side. And of course the little switch here. And while testing out the other one here, the already opened one, I saw that there's a little jumper here too, and you get a little description here on what everything is and how to use it and what to plug in where and what you have to do when using the adapter from either IDE to SATA or SATA to IDE. So it's pretty self-explanatory here. And I'm going to use it from IDE to SATA, so I have to switch it. Okay, so it's already in IDE to SATA mode. But if you want to change that, you can then go from SATA to IDE. And of course I have to zoom in a little here. Oops, where's the... Okay. So right now it's in, I don't even know. I'm holding it wrong, by the way. Because I have the camera in front of me and I'm going to edit it and flip it around after that. Anyways, so yeah. Right now the switch is in SATA to IDE mode. And then you also have to move the little jumper here over to the other contacts here. I'm just trying to get them in here. If I can. Yes, I can. And now it's in SATA to IDE mode. So you can, as example, plug this thing directly into your CD drive, in your old IDE CD drive, and then use your old CD drive in your modern computer where you don't have any IDE drives anymore. I mean IDE connectors, of course. And still use your old reliable CD drives or DVD drives or whatever you can think of. And you also have this little LED here. I'm not sure if it lights up when it's actually accessing something or if it just lights the whole time. I have not tested it out yet, as said. But it's something I will do later in this video. And for $8 I thought, well, let's try 2 of them, because I have a bunch of old PCs and I don't even need to test it on this SSD here, because it's just a little thing I thought would be a good thing to test it on. So yeah, to the solder job right now, because I I've looked at this here. I'm not sure if I'm just taking a look here because this one actually looks better soldered than the other one, but yeah, it's still connected, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use those things as a daily driver, maybe, because I don't even know if you can see it if I'm zooming in right here. Okay, my camera dripped up. No, I don't think I can zoom on that. Or can I? I think. Maybe. Okay, I'm not. I hope you can see that I can't really hold it still that much. But still, it's not really well done. But I think it will do its job. And yeah, I'm maybe going to reflow all of these solder connections if these adapters turn out to be great, or if I'm just going to use them normally and not for test purposes here now. So yeah, and that said, you get a little connector here, a little power adapter. And one thing I don't like about this, okay, I can zoom out a little bit here now. One thing I don't like about this adapter is that it's actually going to use its very own power connector in the PC itself. Because this way, if you have a shortage of these type of connector, I forgot the name right now. If you have a shortage of these connectors in your PC, you're probably going to need a little adapter that's going to split one of those into two others. So you can use an old CD drive or something still for this thing here. But of course, I'm not going to use it as SATA to IDE, but from a IDE to SATA. So that's not going to be a problem because one of those PCs actually has a power supply in it, which does already have SATA power connectors. So it's just good luck ahead. I'd say let's try this adapter now. Oh yeah, and I nearly forgot that you get, of course, a SATA cable here too, and I'm not really sure if those are only 30 centimeters or something, or I think it's 30 centimeters. Well, at least it's going to do its job. So yeah, but for $8 it's already looking actually not that bad. I mean, the solder connections could be a little bit better, of course, and it's just I'm not really good at judging solder jobs because I'm not really good myself at soldering either, so I can't really judge other people doing that. But yeah, I can see that the connectors are not, I mean the IDE connector is not really well soldered on, and sometimes you just have to solder bridge, like from the IDE adapter, you sometimes just have a solder blob going up to the actual contact, and I'm not sure if it's that great or if it's okay, but I'll just test it, and if it's not working, I'll of course resolder these things and try again. Okay, so here we are, and I'm sorry for the sudden quality change of the microphone here, because I've used the proper microphone before to record here on the... Whoops, I just hit my camera. I've used the proper microphone to record my little overview of the product here, or of the IDE to SATA adapter here, of course. And it's going to change in quality a lot, because this is just a little handy cam here, and well, I hope it's doing the job for the first video here, of course. So we have this actual MicroStar Pentium 4 PC here. I'm not sure, I think it was produced in 2005 or something, or 2004, 5, 6-ish, I don't know. I've looked it up once, but I forgot it now. So let's open it. Oh, and I forgot I already opened it once, so it's going to be an easy job here. If I can try to open here. And where to put this on. So as you can see, I have 40 gigabytes, I think it's 40 gigabytes hard drive installed here already. And I'm going to swap this one out with the adapter here and of course the SSD. So just those two screws here. Okay, so that's an old, I think 40 gigabyte drive here. And even though it's like, I'm not sure what's the production date on here, and I can't find it right now. So yeah, it's something also around 2005-ish, 6-ish, I don't know. So let's open the SSD here and take a look. Yeah, okay. Not the prettiest job I've done here now, but... And here we go. An 850 EVO Samsung SSD. Okay, so we have the adapter here and the SSD, but I'm going to install the SSD first, because else I'll have a hard time connecting everything. And because I like the adapter from the big normal hard drives to SSD size, I just have to like install it somehow in there, but just letting it flapping in here. So okay, so the connector goes from here to here. Okay, and we'll now install. Oh, let me just check something. Do we have? We would actually have an old hard drive connector here. We're just going to use this one. I mean, we could also use this adapter here, but since I already have one and I don't use diskette drive in here, I'm just going to use that connector here. And that's just going in here. Well, everything looks fine so far. Did I switch it? Did I switch the thing here? No, actually I had it in the wrong position, so the jumper needs to go to the left here. Yep, and in it goes again. If the cables wouldn't be in the way. Come on. Yes. Did I just break something? I don't think so. Because I heard like a little crack in this adapter here from the switcher. Anyway, so let's try this now, and we need the SATA cable. Like this. Yes, and the power cable. Do I turn this in here? Oh, that's it. Yep. So, because it's just a test PC, I'm just going to let it flap in here and not actually screwing it in and everything. So, yeah, I think that's it. Let's close it up again. And test this little thing here. So I've connected everything up here, and I've actually opened the PC again because I wasn't sure if the LED on the adapter itself is on all the time or it will just light if there's any hardware activity or any activity at all on the SSD. So I've opened the case again and we'll take a look if that's the case. So let's switch it on here and power on the PC. And hope everything works. Detecting IDE drives, and it detected something here, but I'm not sure if it was the actual hard drive or just the CD drives. And we're into my Windows XP CD here, so let's just choose 4. And we'll see if it detects something or not, because it either shows up or not, so we just have a 50-50 chance here. Or it will corrupt something, I don't know. But that's the fun of trying something like this. You never know what goes wrong. And yes, I just checked, the LED is lighting all the time, so I'm not sure if this is going to be a little bit annoying, because if you have a PC that does not have an inbuilt lighting setup like a modern gaming PC or something, I'm not sure if this is isn't going to be a little bit annoying, because you can see it through the fans and everything. So let's try to install Windows XP here. And it did not detect something. So either I screwed up something, or let's try it again. And a blue screen, nice! Just going to turn off the PC here. I think we should take a look into the BIOS. Okay. Yeah, I did not detect something here. Nope. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. I'm going to turn off the PC right now and see if I can find something on the adapter itself, or maybe something with my configuration is wrong, but I don't think so, because normal drives on this machine work. So I've now inserted the second adapter I have, and let's try if this one works at least. I'm not really confident though that it will work, because the second one I had was the adapter where the soldering job was even worse than on the other one. Oh, it actually did detect it now. That's nice, even the name. Alright, so maybe the second one is broken, I don't know. Let's try booting now. So that's weird. Well, as I said, I've seen on the second adapter that like the solder connection is not really well. The solder job is not well done on the second adapter, so maybe that's the problem. I'm going to try to reflow the solder joints on this one and try it again. Okay, so we're almost in the Windows setup right now. And it should start any second now. Yes, and there we go. And now we have F8. And there we go. We see our SSD. So yeah, we see our SSD here right now. So let's try installing on it now. I already did install Windows XP on a second machine on an SSD. However, this one already has SATA connections, or SATA connectors on the mainboard itself. And it was a little bit easier to do it that way, so yeah. But I hope this adapter here right now works, because if so, this would really be awesome. So yeah, I'm just going to let Windows install here, and we'll jump right back when Windows is initializing its first time, and we can check it out. Oh, and one thing to mention before we go into the actual Windows testing here is that on the second adapter here, the LED is actually not lighting as bright as on the damaged one, so maybe the second one is that, I'm not sure. Well, we'll find out. Well, I think we have a problem here, because I've waited like 2 to 3 minutes now and I see nothing on the screen. And numlock isn't working either. And the PC is also not reading anything from the actual hard disk anymore. So let's try reboot. Yeah, and I just saw that something SSD for a brief second here on the screen, on the BIOS post screen, of course. That's only the CD now. And black screen again. Numlock is still working. Windows is telling me that it's detected a corrupt file and it cannot boot because of that. And it's not looking great actually for the IDE adapter here. Numlock is still working. It's not really looking great for that adapter here. So, yeah. Numlock is still working though. Well, I'm not really sure what the test tells. I could try the old adapter again, but I think that one's completely broken, so... yeah, I'm going to try the old one, or the first one I tried, and... let's see if that one works again. Okay, so I've changed it to the first adapter I tried, and... I also changed the SATA cable now, in case that one's broken, which I don't hope actually. Or I don't think, because if the SATA cable is broken it wouldn't even detect the name here. And it was too slow. Disk boot failure. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't even detect the SSD anymore. Yeah. I'm going to try the second adapter again, but this time with a different SATA cable. Okay, here we go again with the second adapter, and this time another SATA cable. And I really hope it works now, because it would be a little bit of a shame that these actually neat little devices wouldn't work properly. And it's not even detecting my disk anymore. What the hell is going on here? Well, I think I destroyed the second one too or something, I don't know. Because I tried for a few minutes here right now and nothing seems to work, and yeah. That's a little bit of a shame, but I'll try to, maybe on a second video or something, I'm not sure if I'll do a follow-up on this video. Or, you know what, I'll just try it in the description once I resoldered all the connections and try it again, because I think when you put it into the PC you're putting a lot of stress on the connections on the IDE connector from the board, from the tiny board you put into the PC. And I think maybe one of them broke off or something, I don't know, because I can do what I want here and it's not detecting the drive anymore. And also the LED is lighting up extremely bright again. From the second adapter now, not from the first one, which is kind of weird. So, yeah, a little bit of a shame to be honest, because I really like the concept of these things. You can still use your modern SSDs with really old PCs like this one here, this MicroStar PC here I have. And yeah. A little bit sad to be honest. I'm not sure what I can else say about that one. So yeah, I think that's it for the video, and I'm sorry that I can't show actual progress here at booting Windows. And as you saw, even booting Windows, it just detected corrupted files. And I'll take a look at my main PC, if I can retrieve any files from the SSD and take a look if something's dirt up here. But yeah, I think so, because there is nothing else that could go wrong with it. So yeah, well, bit of a shame, and sorry that it's not going to work and that I can't show something here, and yeah. Well, still thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoy these types of videos actually, because I may be going to make more, or maybe not, you decide. So just upload or download the video, or leave a few comments on what I could improve, or what you want to see in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching again, and subscribe if you like it, upvote, download, whatever you want, whatever you feel like, and yeah.